Gentlemen, and maybe some of you ladies out there, welcome to the new Perform Men's Sexual Health Yogos Flow. Today, I am your coach, Bodyweight Nate, and I'll be guiding us today. So make sure you check out my YouTube for further bodyweight skill tutorials and use the Bodyweight Nate discount code down below. Let's get today started. For today's class, you're gonna need 2 blocks, 2 straps, and 2 gliders that are optional. We need to cover 6 cues of the human body. So cue number 1, shoulder depression, okay? It's where I use my lats to activate my shoulders down towards the ground, okay? That's gonna seal the shoulder girdle. Neutral, depression. Cue number 2, we have core compression, where we use our core to stitch the lower rib cage into the abdomen, okay? Neutral, core compression. Cue number 3, we have posterior pelvic tilt, where I engage my glutes to squeeze the tailbone forward and up, okay? It's where I stitch the hip bones to the lower abdomen. You see that? Neutral, posterior. Neutral, posterior. Cue number 4, we have anterior pelvic tilt, right? Glutes are still active, but now I curl the tailbone back and up. Neutral, anterior. Neutral, anterior. Neutral, posterior. You can do this at your next party. The tension's gonna come flocking, all right? Cue number 5, we have the engagement of the pelvic floor muscles. So you're standing at the urinal, you're using the bathroom, you stop that pee, okay? So when you use the muscle to squeeze and stop the pee, you're engaging your pelvic floor, okay? Cue number 6, we have external rotation of the hips. I engage my quads to externally rotate the hips, and that keeps the knees strong and firm. So let's link it all together. Shoulder depression, core compression, squeeze the glutes we're gonna do posterior pelvic tilt, stop the pee, squeeze the quads. Hold for 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, intro's over, boys. Let's get this started. So go ahead and find your mountain pose. All 6 cues locked. Inhale, bring the arms above head. Okay, press the shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale, forward fold. Now we come into an anterior pelvic tilt. Okay, depress, bend the knees, core compression, anterior. We're gonna grab here, lift the chin, breathe in. Exhale, go ahead and ground the palms, step back. We're gonna come into a downward facing dog. So I press my shoulders up towards the ears, bend the knees, and I come into an active anterior pelvic tilt. You can lift the chin. Find your breath here, guys. Continue staying active through the shoulders by pressing away from your mat. Okay, we're gonna come into a 3-legged dog. Inhale, the left foot's gonna come high. You can keep the knee bent, or if you're feeling strong today, you press through the right heel, extend the left leg. We're coming up, keeping the hips square. Exhale, bend the knee to chest, lean forward, plant the foot as far as you can. Okay, lock your spine from depression, core compression, posterior pelvic tilt. We're gonna drive through the left heel to come up to a crescent lunge. So now if this is a bit too much, you can ground the back knee. Like I said, if you're feeling it, you stay in it. So go ahead and keep that crescent lunge. Now from here, just kidding, Coach Bodyweight Nate doesn't mess up. I do a lot. Anyway, so now in our crescent lunge, I'm on the ball of the back foot. We're gonna practice our pelvic floor engagement through the mountain pose in our crescent lunge. Brunch, lunge. Bring the hands together in prayer. Shoulder depression, core compression. Squeeze your glutes here, guys. Curl the tailbone forward, stitching the hip bones to the lower rib cage. Posterior pelvic tilt. Stop the pee, squeeze the pelvic floor, engage the quads. We're gonna take 3 nice and steady breaths here. Nice, guys. Stay active, stay firm with the steady breath. If you wanna get a bit deeper, relax your jaw. Okay. You can give yourself a little bicep check. We're looking good. Okay, inhale, walking this shape. We're gonna bring the arms above head, shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale, warrior 2. My right hand comes behind me. Okay, I'm gonna pivot my back foot to 90 degrees. So we're maintaining our mountain pose in the warrior 2. Depress the shoulders, core compress, bring the glutes forward, keep the glutes active, guys, with the pelvic floor creating that hip seal. Quads are externally rotating the legs. Here we go. 3 breaths here. Stop that P. Okay, exhale, straighten the left leg. Go ahead and face me, which I'm facing myself. So whatever we're gonna have it like this. We are going to come into a goddess pose, man. Tapping into our God masculinity, we gotta bounce it out with the goddess femininity. This is gonna be the 4 cues, pretty much the entire flow. Depression, core compression, posterior pelvic tilt, curling it forward, squeeze the pelvic floor to stop the P. Now we're gonna sink the hips down, level with the knees, okay? That's the goal. If you're here, that's fine, as long as you're maintaining the shape, right? Squeezing the posterior pelvic tilt, feel it connect with the engagement of the quads, external rotation of the knees, okay? Let's see how deep we can get here, guys. We're gonna hold here for 30 seconds. Find the level that you can hold for 30 seconds. Okay, catch your breath. Relock your depression, core compression, posterior pelvic tilt, pelvic floor, quads, sink, hold. Okay, stacking the spine above the hips. Keep going. This is the side view. Here we go, guys. Catch the breath. Things are shaky. Stay locked in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Breathe. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Nice and slow. Press back out. Well done, boys. Let's shake these legs out. Getting a little loosey-goosey here. So now we're gonna work on some inner thighs, okay? That really helps tie in the pelvic floor, building strength there. These are called the Shivas. Grab one of your gliders, and we're gonna glide. Depress, core compression, posterior pelvic tilt, pelvic floor. You're gonna slide through. So the standing quad stays externally rotated with active quads. Here, back up. Okay, glider variation. Here we go, guys. We have 2 sets of set 6. Go ahead, find your mountain pose. Depress, core compress, posterior pelvic tilt, pelvic floor. Inhale, lift the leg. Exhale, keep that quad strong. Depress, core glutes. I like to bring my hands to the sliding foot. Exhale, come back. 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, guys, go ahead and pause the video. Take a 30-second break whenever you're ready. Second set. All right, guys, we're feeling a little bit of burn. Here, we're gonna practice our ground squat. So for this one, you're gonna need a chair, a bench, or your blocks. So we're gonna start with the blocks here, okay? So having the blocks like this, you're gonna go ahead and align your heels diagonal. Kitty cat corner, I think that's how you say it. Is it kitty corner, kitty? Anyways, you get the point. Behind you, you're gonna have the bench, the chairs, or the blocks. So a ground squat is a bent leg mountain pose. Does that make sense? We're about to find out. Depress, core compress, posterior pelvic tilt, pelvic floor. Okay, arms come forward. Go ahead, tuck the chin. Find the gaze point at 45 degrees. Coming down, bringing the awareness stacked from shoulders above hips, okay? Here I go. Here, here, here. Bam. Okay, once you reach the block, you're gonna use momentum to come back up. So I lean forward. I drive through the heels, keep my quads active in external rotation, press back up. Okay, let's do it with one block. Lock my mountain pose, come down. Lean forward, press out. Last one. So as you guys get better from the chair to the blocks, practice these to drop it down. Keep that yoga engaged with the pelvic floor. Down here, depress, core compress, posterior pelvic tilt, pelvic floor engagement. Externally rotate the quads, press out into your mountain pose. Woo! We are killing it today. Guys, let's hit the other side. Find that mountain pose. We're gonna hold for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, arms above head, elevate the shoulders. Exhale, forward fold, depress. Active anterior pelvic tilt, bend the knees. Go ahead and grab behind the calves. Inhale, lift the chin. Exhale, plant the hands, step back into downward facing dog. Okay, lift the chin in between the palms, press away from the mat, shoulders up towards ears, bend the knees, active anterior pelvic tilt, curling the tailbone, backing up, backing up, backing up, backing up. All right, we're serious here. Inhale, Lift the right leg. You can bend the knee. If you want to find depth, drive through the left heel, extend the right knee. Here, exhale, knee to chest, lean forward. Use your depression, bring the foot as far as you can. Core compression, posterior pelvic tilt, spine active, drive through the right heel. We're coming to a crescent lunge. Modify the feet, find the mountain pose in the crescent lunge. Hands together, prayer pose, shoulder depression, core compression, posterior pelvic tilt. See that difference? Posterior pelvic tilt in my crescent lunge. You're gonna feel a stretch in the hip flexor. Stop the P, engage the pelvic floor, activate the quads. Here we go, we're gonna take 3 breaths here. On your exhale, scan your body, lock in the feet to the ground. Inhale, arms above head. Elevate the shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale, left arm comes behind me, right arm comes forward, back foot comes to 90. Once again, guys, we're gonna bring the palms up towards the sky, mountain pose. Depress, core compress, posterior pelvic tilt, pelvic floor, externally rotate the quads, chin to the front hand. 3 breaths here. Exhale, scan the body. Inhale, hold. Seal the hips with the posterior pelvic tilt and the pelvic floor. Building strength in the hip space. Next, inhale, straighten the right leg. We're coming into our 30-second goddess pose. Externally rotate the feet around here. Maybe get a little bit farther this time. Remember, we're going as far as we can. Hands to prayer, depress, core compress, posterior pelvic tilt, pelvic floor, sink. Activate the quads for external rotation of the legs. Going deep, real deep. Alrighty, guys, once you're comfortable, we're going for a hold. Things might get a little bit shaky today. That's what we want. Okay, stop the P, squeeze your pelvic floor in that posterior pelvic tilt. 20 seconds. You got it. Use your breath. Use your exhale to stay strong. Inhale, breathe in that strong energy. Ooh. Okay, 10. 2, 1. Exhale, slowly drive back up. Okay, we have our Shivas. Take your breath, pause, resume the video whenever you need, guys. Feet together. Mountain pose. Inhale, lift the left foot. Exhale, keeping this right quad, externally rotate. Come through. Back up. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, take your break. We're diving into our second set. Remember, use one of your gliders to build up that strength. Do what you can. Do what you can. Don't do what you can't. Instagram wisdom. All right, gents, you know what time it is. Ground squat. Chair, bench, or blocks here. We got 3 rounds, whatever level you're feeling. Kitty catty corner it. Okay. Externally rotate the feet a little bit. Deep press, core compression, posterior pelvic tilt, pelvic floor. Quads. Inhale, come down. Reset. Exhale, lean forward, press out. Inhale, come down. Exhale, drive out. Over time, you guys can start to cut off the lean. We can use lean for momentum to press out. As you get stronger, you'll be able to stack up and down, like so. All right, guys, so we've worked a lot on the glutes, adductors, external rotators. Really gonna build your pelvic floor strength, increasing blood flow and circulation to the hip area. Moving on, we're gonna come to our active stretching. Grab your 2 blocks, we're hitting a butterfly and a wall. So with your back against the wall, you're gonna bring your feet together. As close as you can, guys. Press the heels together like so. We're gonna make this an active breathing stretch to get longevity and strength in our pelvic floor and hip area. What I'm gonna do is when I inhale, I want to press my knees together, okay? But I use my shoulder depression through my elbows to resist. And then as I exhale, I engage my glutes, posterior pelvic tilt, and then my pelvic floor to create the hip seal to drive the knees towards the ground. Inhale, exhale. We'll do 2 sets showing each variation. This variation, you have medium and high as well. We're gonna have the blocks on medium here. We're gonna use our hands and our shoulder depression to stop. Inhale, press the knees together actively, but don't let it through the shoulder depression hands. Exhale, squeeze the glutes and the pelvic floor to bring the knees down towards the ground, okay? This is our max here. We're feeling it. We're gonna do one more breath here. Inhale, squeeze the knees together, resist with the hands. Exhale, activate the glutes, the posterior pelvic tilt. We're here. Okay, we got that. Let's go here now. Inhale, squeeze together. Exhale, glutes, pelvic floor if you want a little bit of quad. Inhale, squeeze the knees together. Resist with the depression hands. Exhale, posterior pelvic tilt, pelvic floor. Bring the knees towards the ground. Inhale, grab underneath. Slowly bring the knees together. You're gonna take both your blocks and you're gonna place it on the thighs. Ground your elbows on the blocks. If you're up here, that's fine. Inhale, bring the knees together. Resist with your shoulder depression so you're active. Exhale, engage the glutes, squeeze the pelvic floor, bring the knees down towards the ground. Okay, don't lose any of your new gains. Lock the shoulder depressions. Inhale, press the knees together, up towards the ceiling. Exhale, engage the glutes and pelvic floor, knees towards ground. Inhale, lock, don't let it go anywhere. You're squeezing the knees together. Exhale, posterior pelvic tilt, glutes, pelvic floor. Grab the knees underneath, inhale, slowly bring it up. Well done. Guys, that's gonna really open up that hip area and you'll feel it. All right, guys, stretch number 2, we're doing an anterior pelvic tilt and a posterior pelvic tilt frog. So how to set up, you can use your mat against the wall or you can put gliders on your ankles. Stack the heels against the wall to make sure we're even, okay? Have the knees in line with the ankles. You're gonna need your blocks here too. So you guys set up like this. I'm gonna show you a different angle, but you guys stay against the wall. Okay, make sure you're comfortable here. If you need to bring the knees together, that's fine. That's gonna make it easier. Knees farther apart makes it more intense, but make sure everything is stacked. So you're gonna start here on the frog. Like I said, use the blocks to walk up. Bring the hands to prayer, shoulder depression, core compression, posterior pelvic tilt. So squeeze the glutes, stop the P, pelvic floor, engage the quads, lock it all in. Inhale, lift the chin, depress, active anterior pelvic tilt, pelvic floor. Exhale, tuck the chin, posterior pelvic tilt, pelvic floor. Inhale, lift the chin, active anterior pelvic tilt, pelvic floor. Exhale, tuck the chin. Posterior pelvic tilt, depression stays locked the whole time. Great job, guys. Go ahead, grab your blocks. Bring the feet in together like so, and then you can walk the knees in. Last stretch, the pancake with extra syrup and heavy butter. So if this is your first time doing this, you can stack the blocks here. You're gonna sit on the blocks with elevated hips. It allows you to get deeper into the hamstrings, okay? So you're gonna come out like so. Using your strappies, you're gonna throw it around each foot. The more the knees are lengthened, the more intense it becomes. We're gonna do 2 sets. I'm gonna show you different variations. The cues here, shoulder depression, active anterior pelvic tilt, pelvic floor, squeeze the quads. Now we're pressing through the heels, flexing the toes towards the shins. It's gonna get our back line. Okay, here we go. Inhale, lift the chin. Exhale, depress, pull against the straps, active anterior pelvic tilt, bend the knees as necessary, and we're coming through. You can crawl the fingers down, inhale, lift, exhale, depress, and pull, active anterior pelvic tilt. Use your breath. You have 6 breaths here. You find a sweet spot, hold it. If you want to get deeper, use your exhale. Think of the ocean. Your breath is the breeze, and you're in the sand. And that sand is nice and warm, and that ocean is bright and blue. And you're just loving your body, opening that hip space. Exhale, tuck the chin. Inhale, you're gonna slowly roll your spine. You would remove one block, feeling nice. You remove the other, feeling nice. Okay, knees are still bent. You get through, feeling nice. Now we do it straight legs, depress anterior, pelvic floor, we're coming through, and then you do it without straps. So you grab the inside of the foot with internal rotations of the arms, lift the chin, depress, active anterior pelvic tilt, pelvic floor, quads, and then you pull through like so. Okay, guys, do a second set of those. Choose your variation, use your breath. Thank you, Discover Enzo and CrossFit Crush, for letting all this happen. From your coach, Bodyweight Nate, to you beautiful people, namaste.